Welcome back to Baking Goddess. Today we are making pistachio cupcakes from an already pre-made white cake mix and pistachio pudding for an easy, quick St. Patty's Day treat. And I hope you'll get excited for that. Cake mix, let's go. And pre-made pistachio ice cream pudding. Pistachio pudding. So for like last minute things, like if you don't have time but you have a party, someone requests something like really quick because you don't have the time between, I know as a senior I don't bake as much as I used to when I was like a freshman to like junior year, because between sports and colleges and scholarships you just don't have the time to make anything from scratch anymore, which is actually really upsetting, but you know, you still want to deliver what people want. So of course our recipe would be instructions on the cake mix, which is a cup of water, 1/3 cup of vegetable oil, and 3 egg whites, because it is a white cake and not a yellow cake, which I have in extra bowls to get rid of the yolks with. I have a bowl for mixing. You can do this with a hand mixer, you can do it with a standby mixer. Of course, I don't have extra hands because my sibling went missing and is MIA for a little bit, so I have to do it by hand because I can't videotape and be by an outlet right now. Of course, we have our eggs, you know, oil, water's in the back. Then you need your cupcake tins, cooling rack, and then I have these cute little liners, because you don't have to use liners if you don't have them. You can grease the pan really, really nicely, or you can use an easier way, you know, avoid all those dishes. You can use cupcake liners. And aren't they cute? I think they're so cute. They're all like polka dotted and yeah. Okay. So I already preset the oven to 350. I've got all my ingredients out, and they are washed and they are clean for this process. I'm just gonna go back and forth with the shell with the yolk so you can get the egg. So you can get rid of the whites but keep the yolk out of the equation, because that is what we're trying to avoid, which gives it the yellow cake consistency. But as I see, I've messed up and my yolk should not be, and I should have done my egg whites over the bowl and not. But of course, if you're not confident, it is a good idea to do it in this way, so that if you slip in our pre-made mix with the water and oil, and now we are doing the separation, because it is a white cake, we are doing the separations of the yolk to the whites. Now, I did it in 2 separate bowls. You know, here's one yolk. I don't know if you guys can see. There's one yolk. You can do it over 2 separate bowls, so you have 1 bowl for whites and 1 bowl for your yolks, so you do not separate, so you do not mess up if you have no confidence. Of course, if you do mess up, there's a way. I did clean this bottle, but as long as your yolk is whole, you can go and suck the yolk out of the whites. Hopefully I can show you guys that process. And yeah, and then here's the yolk right here. So, I don't know if you guys already knew that or not, but if you didn't, simple way, one of the simple ways I know. I don't know if there's another way, and if there is, let me know. But, so that was easy. That's 2 yolks down. We just need 1 more. And again, the process is you break it and make sure you're very careful, because breaking the yolk can lead to a much more difficult task of separating it. And you're just gonna, sorry, you can't really see that. You're gonna trade it from both shells, because there are tools and stuff, but I don't have tools, so I have to do it by shells. Some people do it with their hands. I'm not going to do that. I don't really like doing that. So, and then we're going to make sure we wash our hands, because, again, uncooked eggs can lead to salmonella, and I am touching other ingredients to finish off this process. So, there are all our egg whites, and into the bowl they go. I am stirring with a spoon. today, which is perfectly fine, perfectly simple. I do like it better because it does cream and blend better with a hand mixer or a standby mixer. I do have both, but I do not have another person for a camera, so I will not be, as I explained in the earlier video, I will not be able to go back and forth with the camera. So you're just gonna mix it here till it's well combined. Everything else, like the baking powder, vanilla, all of that has been already mixed into the ingredients because it's a pre-made package. How they do it, I do not know, but I would love to know someday. I'm pretty sure it's a complications between processing and such, but to each their own, I guess. I don't really like, it's like chunky, which is, I mean, some people, I guess it's fine. I don't know, I don't really like it. So I am gonna look for a whisk to maybe break down these chunks just a little bit. So I guess from what it looks like here, I don't know if you guys can see that, there's less chunks. I hope you saw the chunks before. There are less chunks. I guess that's how the best I'm going to do it, because you can overbeat things and then it makes the batter, it's going to make the cupcakes more dense, which is like, they're like almost a little more hard to swallow, like you need something to wash it down with, which we're trying to avoid. We do, like, as the box says. Okay, so this is becoming really difficult. Okay, so far we did what the package said for the plastic white cake. We put the water, the oil, and the egg yolks in it. As I explained before, you have to separate them. You can do it with a tool, with your hands. You can do it the two shells. As I demonstrated before, I do not have a tool, so I did do it with the two shells. We've mixed it. I'm starting to mix it with a whisk because I didn't like the chunks in it that I couldn't get rid of because I can't do it by hand. I can't do a hand mixer right now, but yeah. And then we're gonna add the pistachio pudding to give it a nice green color with, of course, the pistachio flavoring. And then we're just gonna, whisk that all together. This does give you a workout if you're doing most things by hand, because it did give me just a thicker consistency than what I'm used to in a cake. It's not too bad. It's not too much of a thicker consistency, but it is a thicker consistency. And now it is this pretty pale kind of green color. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm sorry if you can't see it. Not a YouTuber, not very good at this whole thing. And that's pretty much it for the batter. I did set the oven earlier, it's 350. I do have my tins over here, which I'll be lining right now. I don't know if you want to witness that, but simple, really easy. Back and forth lining here. So just give me. Don't think you witnessed any of that. I'm not very good at this whole recording thing. I was hoping for my twin, but no, obviously not. I'm just gonna put you guys there, as you guys can't see me, but you can hear me talking, and yeah. So I do have two tins, so I it is quicker. You don't have to wait for one tin to be done baking with everything. Or of course you can take the batter, you can make it into a cake. If you want to make it a layer cake, I would think, because it isn't a lot of batter, but it is really thick, so I would think maybe like almost shallow pans instead of really deep ones. And keep babbling. So, ways you can dish this out is, I used to use a tablespoon. I used to use 2 of them for each cupcake. And then that's when I couldn't find my 1/4 cup, which is very often because I couldn't find it today. And then my grandmother gave me these cookie scoopers. And, well, this one broke because no one cleaned it properly. So that is a little upsetting. It is my bigger one, so it's much easier. It's 1 scoop per cupcake tin there, but this one I have to use 2, which is okay. It's much easier than using a tablespoon, so I live with it. And then I just scoop off the side here and dish away. So I'm gonna do that, and I'll be right back. And then I'm gonna dish them all out. I'm going to put them in the oven for about, the box says about 18 to 21 minutes, so hopefully I can show you guys how I frost them later.